week of the All-Star Game in the summer of '96, Alex appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated with the cover headline, Hot Player, only a few days before he would become the youngest shortstop ever to play in the game. And frankly, the lead of that Sports Illustrated feature is too good not to quote. The article starts like this. In the off-season, he lives with his mother, Lourdes Navarro, and shares a bedroom with his best friend, a 3-year-old German Shepherd named Ripper. He plays golf each morning and hoops each evening, and by 10 p.m. he is nestled in bed with his Nintendo control pad. He makes Roy Hobbs look like John Kruk, and he makes you wonder if you're missing something. A guy this sweet has to be hiding some cavities. On July 27th, Alex Rodriguez will turn 21, making him old enough to have a beer with his Seattle Mariners teammates. He says he's not interested. Can't stand the taste, he says. Rodriguez has always felt more at home among milk drinkers.
My God. I feel like this is the kind of thing you write about something if you're trying to say positive things, but also make the person seem awful.
A-Rod is just such a strange person that it's impossible not to talk about him and how weird he is. And I think that makes for an appealing character. He's just fun to think about and talk about. And, I find it, despite many of his characteristics, I find it impossible to root against him.
I always found him like just a really fun guy to root for because, at least on the field, like he was he did amazing things. He controlled at bats in a way I had never really seen before. He had a talent level that I couldn't really appreciate when he was on Seattle and Texas, because I think it's something you really get watching him every day. But he's also at the mercy of a million structural things, clutch hitting stuff, steroids and player salaries and statistics and awards, and all people's feelings about that became the locus of those fights became Alex Rodriguez himself. Because, as you say, he's just such a weird guy. He just desperately wants to be liked in a way that makes you want to not like him. Jeter is somebody who will like say something insulting to you in a way that makes you like him and think he's fun and charming. Whereas A-Rod will say something nice to you in a way that makes you think he sucks. And like, I just think it's such a hard thing to quantify. And it's this interesting confluence of the individual person versus all these structural things that A-Rod was at the center of that we're going to get into as this series progresses.
The truth is that whatever you think about A-Rod now, you probably felt very different about him in 2007, in 2012, in 1996, and in 2017. There have been many iterations of A-Rod, whose public persona has been a vessel for people's feelings about baseball ever since he emerged as a phenom in the early 1990s. He contains such contradictions, he so many layers to A-Rod. I am excited that we're doing this.